We are here at St. Mary's Catholic Church, Ode, the Bishop's Court of Most Reverend Ernest Obodo, the Auxiliary Bishop of the Enugu Diocese. And we are here to take a panoramic view of his farm, which is becoming the next big thing in the southeast. My Lord, good morning to you.
Good morning, Father Tony.
We would want to know more about his farm, and we would want to know what is the brain behind his farm. What is your intention of starting this huge agricultural investment here in Enugu?
Thank you, Father, and thank you, the Flame crew here. I was appointed a bishop on the 25th of May. The announcement came earlier on the 13th of May, and I was consecrated on the 31st of August. All happened in 2018. You can see that these 2 months are months dedicated to Our Lady of Fatima, and the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary, these 2 months. So when I got consecrated, during my 9 days of intensive prayer to God, I just asked God, why are you calling me? In spite of my unworthiness, what do you want me to do for you? And I received inspiration that I can help in many ways, even in spite of my weakness. And I decided that I'm going to, apart from the normal work I do as a bishop, I'm going to help out to build up the people's spirituality through prayer. That's my first focus. And then secondly, education. And then thirdly, human promotion. So prayer, education, human promotion, I made them the cardinal point of my apostolate. And I'm joining the Bishop of the Diocese and the Diocesan program in educating the people. And luckily, the Bishop made me in charge of Catholic education in the diocese. So I'm trying to make sure that the primary schools, the secondary schools are laid well. There's a good foundation for children. And then the prayer, the programs of the diocese and spirituality, I'm trying to deepen it through preaching, the good news, and the distribution of the sacraments. And then for human promotion, I was thinking about what to do. On the 13th of May, 2019, almost a year, or rather 9 months after my appointment and ordination, I said I was going to do something for God. I had only 2 million naira in my hands, and I gathered together young people, young priests, who I knew from the seminary to be interested in agriculture. And I had the privilege of being a mentor to most of them. Because when I was in the seminary, I was in charge of agriculture, I was in charge of labor and all that. And I knew those who were doing things sincerely for their hearts. And I gathered 12 of them, 12 apostles. And I began meeting with them, explaining to them that we can help our people through agriculture. And then eventually we started Young Farmers Club. And on the 13th of May, we had a mass here in which we offered this mass to Mary, the Mother of God, to help us empower our people, to uplift them from poverty through agriculture. So we laid foundation for what we called Mary Agro Farms. This is what I'm going to show you now. So Mary Agro Farm is an enterprise, a diocesan farm, a diocesan enterprise through which we want to help our people. First of all, knowledge is power. I've told you about education as one of the thrusts of my apostolate. So we're going to educate them on how to farm in a modern fashion, because young people are scared of farming because they use local implements and they don't have knowledge. They don't know that in every modern agriculture, the scientific specifications are very important. If you don't keep them, you can't get a good yield. So this is why we have started, first of all, with 2 ways of approaching agriculture, through education and then through practice. So we have built a modern classroom for 50 people, where we call in the students. They come and they learn modern way of farming. And when they have learned the modern way of farming, we introduce them to practice. Then they now go into practice and practice what they have learned. After that, by the grace of God, we're going to empower them, each one of them with at least 500,000 naira to begin their own. we monitor them. We don't just give them this money. We help them to build whatever they want to and monitor them to grow. And then when they are successful in implementing what they have been taught, we do what we call off-taking, helping them to sell the products that they have and get money back and then pay in this interest gradually. And this interest of this money will be interest-free loan, and it will last for about 2 years. When they have paid back this money, we give back to other people. So to be recycling, we hope that very soon we should be able to help more than 10,000 youths in the States. We are not discriminatory. It's not just about being a Catholic or non-Catholic, but we begin from our own. So this is the educative side. Then the practical side is that we have, our farm is made up of 2 segments, as I said, educative and practical, but we also have an arrangement for having a little farm as a kind of introduction to what we're going to do. You know, we call it a model farm. So this model farm is contained in about 8 hectares of land we have here at Udi. I'm going to show you that. So when we practice for about 3 or 4 years, and I've seen that it's moving on well, now we move now to a permanent site. For this permanent site, we're looking for a land at Omowo, between Omowo, Umumbandiono, Obunofiandiono, and Obunofiandiago. We're looking for 500 hectares of land. We're already into discussion. The people have no problem. We're now talking with the states. So and that land is very blessed with water bodies. There's the Ajade River running through, there's the Heneke Lake, and there's a waterfall. And the land is sandwiched in between this. If we get this in to be a wonderful thing, by the grace of God, our intention is that in the next 10 years, we shall have the largest farm in Africa, you know, and it is aimed at helping our people to put food on their tables and then to put money in their pockets. And this will drive away hunger, it will drive away crime, and then to make the youth to be productive. We're not just aiming at making food available, but processing this food. Because you see in Nigeria, the only problem that we have is that we have crude things, crude oil, crude gold, mine, and other. People come and take this in and take them to Europe and process them and bring them back to us in a very high price. And not only that, they give us the chaff, not the substance. But if we are doing this on our own, then naturally and definitely we are going to make sure we get the best for our people, the best in quality, and then best in price, and help them to move on. So this is our aim. We have started, and thanks be to God, this prototype has reached about 45% development. We are hoping that in the next 1 year, we shall reach 100%. We have built the classroom, we have built 2 piggery farms, we have built 3 poultry farms, we have built fish ponds, and we have the vegetable farms. So it's 45% complete. We have invested over 120 million here. And we're hoping that when we move over to the other one, we should invest more than 2 billion naira to help the people. Our aim is that this is time for Africa to rise. One of the things that prompted us to begin Mary Agro Farms is the world politics. Many international businessmen and women and corny politicians would want to keep Africa down because by it they gain. But many people all over the world, and we Africans, would want to rise so that we no longer become burdens to anybody, so we can help ourselves. I come to Nigeria here. You see, sometimes people say in the north there is food, in the south there's no food. Sometimes they say, okay, let us starve them. Don't send corn to them. Don't send yam to them. Don't send garri to them. But we have the most arable farmlands in the southeast. But our people lack knowledge. We want to teach them. Go to farm. Here, we have started producing oranges. We have started producing onions. We have planted cocoa. And we're seeing that this is grow here. You just needs the good environment. Give them the good environment, and then you see that we can really be better here. So this is our trust, and we pray that God will help us. Thank you.
All right. Mary's Agro Farm would be wonderful if it becomes the largest farm in Africa.
Yes.
Along, could you tell us how is this farm structured? What are the compartments?
Yes. They have 3 compartments. One is animal farming. The other one is plantation. The other one is crop farming. In animal farming, we have piggery, we have poultry, we have fishery, we have snail farming. Now, other things will come. You know, the plantations we have planted. I told you about cocoa, I've told you about onions and many other things. You will see them now. And then the crop farming, we have yam, we have maize, we have a lot of other things that you see. Yes. Thank you. So let me now go and show you the farm. A greater passion than that I have. Reverend Father Matthew is the farm manager. Matthew Obodo studied agric engineering in the university before he came into the seminary. And luckily, he came from a farming family. The family has animal farming, they have piggery, they had poultry. And at a point, he was manager of all this, even before he went to the university, even before he came to the seminary. So he has a great passion for this. I discovered him in the seminary, and God brought him to us here. And he's the manager of the farm. And if the farm is doing well, it's not because of me, but because of him. And we also have Father Stanley Emi. Father Emi is also a great enthusiast in farming. He's in charge of the crop farming and in charge of our finances. He read accountancy in the university before coming to the seminary. So they're working very well. They're cooperating. They live very close by, and every morning they come to work here and work until they tire. So, Father Matthew, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, my Lord.
Good. Morning. So we start from here. We talked about crop farming, and you can already see from here to the main road, we planted 4 kilometers of corn. And this maize is to be used in feeding the animals. So last year, we got about 10 bags of 50 kg corn processed. And this year, we are aiming for more yield. And this is, the farm is a kind of a system whereby the products of the animals are used to feed the crop in terms of manure, and the crops are used to feed the animals. So it's a zero waste system whereby you don't waste anything. You will see it today. Recycling process. So our people think that if you don't have big land, you cannot farm. We're teaching them that there's something they call back farming, permaculture. So this is a pepper, and this is a agara, that is a garden egg. So you can put garden egg or pepper or tomato in about 500 bags and put them by your backyard. And every month, or rather every day, you produce about 10 baskets of tomatoes and sell them. And you're making about 50,000 naira. Sometimes your salary is just 10,000 or 20,000. And from little farm you're making 40 or 50,000 naira. You can live very well without being a big landowner. It only requires knowledge, because knowledge is power. This is why we dedicated the place here for classroom, for study. Yes, all these are improved varieties. We are working with the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. We are working with other agricultural experts, and IITA in Ibadan. They are giving us the best. In our farm here, we have 2 men from Benin Republic. They work in a farm called Songhai Farms. One is an expert in in piggery, the other is an expert in poultry. And they are here, they are giving us their best. So we hope to make this farm to be the greatest farm in Africa. So we are still under construction. You can see a lot of things in the construction site.
Are you having any water
I will show you. We're okay with water. So if you look here, these are all onions. People believe that onions come only from the north. And sometimes I read in the newspaper that the north has decided to starve the east of onions and starve off of corn. We can produce onions here. This is practical. We also have cocoa here, and it is growing. So these things can be grown here.
So our land can produce these things?
Yes, our land can. You just need to culture them. I was in Europe and I saw that everything you produce in Africa here, they can produce in Europe. They just need to culture the environment and make it work. This is what we are doing here. So this is our yam, you know. So I told you that this is just a pilot scheme. Everything we do here is in a small scale. When we get working, you can when we have these 500 hectares of land I'm talking about, now you can see that we have about 10 hectares only for yam, 10 hectares only for cassava, 10 hectares only for onions, 10 hectares only for rice and all that. Because the big land, 500 hectares, is almost the size of the whole of Udi. So, and this place, as I told you, is within the bodies of water. Auxilliary River is there, Heneke Lake is there, and waterfall is there. So, when these things are there, all this can produce a lot of things and employ more than 10,000 people. They put food on their table and money in their pockets, and they will be happy working, having life. Our theme is, give them something to eat yourselves. These are the words of our Lord Jesus Christ. And we as his workers are also to do his bit. And so to first, to the intellectual aspect, the classroom. But before then, you know, water is life. Without water, nothing moves.
I was about to ask you if you had any challenge.
Yes. In fact, before we did the foundation laying, I prayed to God. I said, if you want this thing to work, let me find water here. Because many people told me, geologists said, oh, you can't find water in Udi. It's only in 9th mile. The whole of Enugu, only in 9th mile. So I made 3 attempts and failed. But the last attempt, God gave me courage and I did it. I spent close to 10 million naira to get water here. But to have sunk a borehole here of 668 meters deep, and we get 1,200 liters of water every day. So we have water for our piggery, for our poultry, for our fish pond, for our house. And Ike Kwereman has also helped us to sink another borehole down there for the people. And we intend to farm in the dry season. That means to get vegetable all the year round. Yes, when we install another set of water tanks there, we have what they call drip irrigation. So the water will be dripping every minute on the farms. So we have vegetables of all types, ugu, green vegetable, tomatoes, everything, corn, during the dry season.
So
it is possible. And the people will be happy. They come here to take the vegetables and eat good things. Because all these things we plant here, they are not done with synthetic materials. They are done with natural manure, the dungs from the animals, and the droppings from poultry. Yes. So I will introduce you to the classroom. It's a modern classroom, air-conditioned. It's meant for 50 people. And the interest is this. There are some of our people who are retiring from work, and they are paid their gratuities. They don't know what to do with it. We want to help them, to give them knowledge, and then to provide them expert advice, so that people will teach them and help them to set up farms of their like, you know, so that they can now develop these things and put their money in good use. But some people just wake up, take 50 million naira and invest in something. After 2 months, it is gone because they lack knowledge. If they get knowledge, they can help themselves. So this is our intention. Secondly, there are many youths who have no job and they have no knowledge of what they want to do with their lives. So we want to teach those young people also. These are the ones who will give soft loan, some money to start off. We are going to give each one of them, by the grace of God, soft loan of 500,000 and help them to develop. and see them and help them to pay back. And then this money, when they have paid it back, we'll give it to other people. Yes. Yes, we have 12 experts, priests who have trained in the universities, in various, Father Matthew is one of them. And we're also assembling experts from the universities. Those for regular course will be coming 3 times a week to be a regular thing. Then the experts, old people who want to establish on their own, who do not need money from us, they come only on Saturdays. When they're here consistently for 6 months, they can begin something. Those who are on regular course, if they don't show interest in agriculture, they will fail, of course. If they show interest and show that they can do it here, they will know that they can do it. You know, our people are terrible people. Some will just collect 500 naira from 500,000, and the next available flight of China is off. So we're not going to give anybody money in the hand. We help you, evaluate you. You have a land, you have the passion, we see it. Then we'll help you to build what you want. And they help you to equip it and give you money for the further functioning. And when the things start trickling in, I will have our own in the bank, they will handle the finances.
So anybody's free to register?
Yes, we shall announce it through you, through our Flame newspaper and through our other organs. And then we are partnering also with the local government here at Udi. We shall have an exam. And in the exam we screen people who have the interest and see what interest they have. And along the process, if they show this interest, then they can go. You see, there's even cucumber here and cabbage. Cucumber and cabbage. So all these things can grow here. And if you go to our groceries, you just find all these things. You find things imported from Austria, from this and that. We have the land here. No continent in the world has good fertile land like Africa. But we are lazy. We are just lazy. And oh, mechanism, yes. That's where we grow from strength to strength. Now, we are into this pilot scheme. So eventually, what is holding us is this expanse of land. When we get it, we're going to mechanize agriculture. You know, but you can't use tractor to farm here because we are limited. We have just 10 hectares of the whole land, and 8 is dedicated to agriculture. Yes, we have entered into dialogue with the landowners. They have no problem. They asked us to pay 150 million. We paid 40 million and said, when we register the land, we'll come and pay the rest, 110 million. And when we got to the Minister of Lands, they told us, sorry, the government has already acquired the land. They already acquired 10,000 hectares, and our own 500 hectares sandwiched into this year within. So, with our dialogue with the government, they are responding. We believe that they are going to give us the land. So when we get it, we go into full blown. But our interest here is to develop this pilot scheme. Because if it's working, it means that the other one will work. But you can see it is working. Through education, the youth will be educated. And when they are educated, their passion will increase. Their passion will increase. So come and see the classroom. We're starting in September. When we start, this class is for 50 students, but we're beginning with 30, and the end we select 20 out of that 30. They'll become, as I said, they'll be coming here on a regular basis 3 times a week for the regular students, and once in a week for the non-regular students, the workers. So this is the whiteboard. The lecturers have been assembled, and everything is waiting. We have started. The program is developed. The program of studies, what they're going to study, is developed. And the lecturers are appointed. We're just waiting for the time. September, they kick off. The first week of September, but it will be announced. All the media houses in Enugu will carry it. Yes. Thank you. We have inside here the secretary's office. There are conveniences there. There's also a store there. But this is basically the classroom. You see, it is air-conditioned, there's fan, it is very conducive. We intend to capture those after secondary school and university who have finished their university. It's just based on your interest. If you're able to read and write, to listen to lectures and get what is being taught, you are qualified. We don't for the regular student. We don't have any particular subject that you must, but maybe 5 credits or there you must pass. Only show us that you have attempted WAEC and you have passed it. Well, our interest is not on certification, because there are so many certificates flying around and people are doing nothing with it. We want to know what you can do yourself, provided you can understand concepts when they're being explained. When we show your interest, then we show you what to do. And when you are doing it and you are doing it well, then we are satisfied. Yes. So for the non-regular students, once they show that they don't need money from us, they need knowledge, then they can start. And when they have finished, we help them to invest and invest properly. We want Enugu to be the hall of agriculture in Nigeria. It's not just ourselves. We want all these people, more than 10,000 people, to go into agriculture. And when we produce and synergize, you see that people can be fed well. The problem we have here is that no synergy. This is what the Ministry of Agriculture should be doing. They should identify every farmer and know how to assemble. In Europe, if you say, I want 500 crates of egg, just write it on the internet. They will tell you, they'll give you about 200 options. And a kilometer from where you are in Udi here. In Udi, there are 10 farmers who can give you this. In Enugu, there are 50 farmers who can give you that. So you can just make a phone call and it is delivered to you. This is something the Ministry of Agriculture should be doing, but we want to do it also to help them. So when we get all these people working, we synergize. So we have a central working system. The secretary will be working very well. We have a platform, www.maryagrofarm.com. This is our website. If you click it, everything will have, even the number of our secretaries will be there. Make a phone call, place an order. If you say, I want 500 crates of egg, I don't have it, we just place a phone call on all our brothers and all those who are working with us and tell you, please come by 6 o'clock, it will be delivered to you. And you receive it. And the money comes and it is distributed. And people don't have the problem of not selling their produce. Because sometimes you have about 5 hectares of cassava and you don't know where to sell it. One man asked us to give him 500 tons of cassava every 2 months. I said, sorry, we have not started that capacity. But if we build this capacity together, then we can rally it together. Somebody who wants to have a chemical industry can be taking this from us. We just form our members and they come and pick up. So this is it. You see, the normal palace is that piggery is very dirty, or pigs are dirty. That's why young people cannot work in piggery. But we have young people who are very happy to work here because it's a clean environment. Here we have 44 rooms for pigs. I have over 200 pigs here, you know, and it's so mechanized. I will show you. This is what will come. Come. This is one of the pens. You need to worry about it. Okay. Yeah, these are drinkers. Okay, the manager will show us. These are drinkers. They are so trained that when they are giving feed, if they want to drink water, they just touch that thing. It's called nipple, and water comes out automatically. Clean water. They do that by themselves? Yeah, they do that. They are trained. Wow. They eat dry feed here, and when they are thirsty, they just put their mouth there, and water is coming. Wow. And when they shit here, in the morning, they just wash it away here. I'll show you the system where they are collected. The water is pumped out and drained into the vegetable garden. It's perfect. Eh? Yes. So this section is called general wards. This is a place where we keep general pigs that are sowers that are growing up. You know, these ones are called maternity ward, where those pigs, pregnant pigs, they are kept here, and those who have delivered. So they don't want to adjust their little children. So this is children's ward, this is the maternity ward, this is general ward. As we find it in the... So this place is where their feeds are kept. This is where their feeds are mixed. We have trained workers. Tony, come. This man is a great... Yes, this is the field. This is a great man. He's an expert in piggery management. He studied and worked in Songhai Farms. And he's manager of this farm. You can tell them what you mix here to give them a speed.
My name is Tony. Tony. So, I mix green, PKC, and we compound some food.
Compound food?
Yes, we give them together. Sometimes we give them fruits.
Fruits and vegetables. So they eat like human beings. So they eat healthy. That's what they eat. So if they are born, within 6 months, they have grown and they can conceive. And they can bear children 3 times a year. You know, and then they bear sometimes 4, sometimes 10, sometimes the highest one had is 18. Whoa. So if you go into piggery farming, in 1 year, if it's managed very well, you can be smiling to the bank with about 60 million naira every year. You know, it's a very profitable thing, but it's very hard to do. It's not easy at all. Yes, thank you, Tony.
Yeah. Do you have any particular breed for the...
Yes, okay, tell them the type of breeds that we have here. And the type of breeds we tend to have.
We have a large white.
Large white?
We have a landgrass.
Landgrass?
And wagon.
Yeah.
And wagon.
And wagon.
So what's their difference in terms of consumption and giving birth, in terms of numbers?
Normally when the wagons, if they are giving birth, the more they are giving birth, the more their stomach is enlarged. So they can give birth the first one 4, the next one may be something like 6, 12. So you see that it's just like something like this one, this is wagon. So you have
this one is very large. Can you look at this one? This is wagon.
So you see, the more they give birth, the more they are enlarging, the more
It's just like now.
Of science. Every morning when they are washing the piggery, all the waste will go through the pipes and they will come here. We call it slurry. All the waste from this piggery A and B, they come in here, and then we pump the water into the tanks here. There are 2 tanks. One is for the waste, the other one is for normal water. So when we pump them out, you can see these pipes here. They are called dripping pipes. So they lay close to the plants, and they are dripping every minute. Pim, 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 and they drip down all the waste that have been pumped up. They drip down to this, and they make the place very healthy. You know, so the solid ones are collected as main manure for the big plants. Recycling everything, no waste. Everything is recycled. I see the pump there. I used to pump the neat water because you know you cannot pump the dirty water on the vegetables. You can only allow them to drip on the ground. But the good ones, the neat water, is pumped on the vegetables. You have sprinklers here and there. They sprinkle water on the vegetables. Yes. So this is okra. This one is already going down. These are tomatoes. Now, for Sunday, you go here. Look at how the bit this one is. Carry one can because they don't have. So this is agara. Sometimes we wait for farmers in the north to bring us bags of agara. But this thing can grow here. So this agara, the ones they use for entertaining people. Yes, you can eat it. So this is agara. Yes. Wow. Yes. Yeah, so fresh. About 2 months, and it will be growing for the next 6 months, and they get everything you have. Yes. Yes. Wow. Yes. 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 And I'll talk about here. Look at me go.
Very well.
Yes. And the nature of Kalib. So you see, yes. You can plug one and eat yourself if you want to. Yes. Just look at for a big one and plug it. So this is a pepper. We have yellow and white pepper here. The tortoise, it's called tortoise, also sugar or whatever you may like to call it. So they also do very well here. Yes. So you see, we have water everywhere here. Okay. Okay. So that is clean water for the farm. This one is for the waste from fish. So when we want to pump out fish water, we pump it and then use it to spray on the ground. So this was wastewater, this was clean water for drinking. You can see how healthy the plants are. Yes. The best water for crops is and we have here 20 fish ponds.
Waste from fish.
Waste from fish is the best water. Can we enter here?
Just that.
So you can see, and I was talking about plantation. We have here oranges and other things. There are tangerine. We're planting. Yes. So here you can see there's inlet of water through here. Water comes here, and then there's outlets there. Yes. Get us feed. So we have about 10,000 fish here. Each pond contains 500. And then when you feed them, we feed them with fish, with feed from the market, but we have also what they call maggots. Okay. So you can see, come and see how, this is just 2 months old. Just 2 months old. When we feed them now, you see how they struggle for food. You can see already he's releasing, draining some water. And this water is going to a slurry. And from the slurry, it will be pumped back to the farms. You know, so that nothing is a waste, everything is used. The chicken will produce some maggots. The maggots will be used to feed the fish, and the fish will produce water. The water from the fish is pumped into a slurry and pumped back on the farms. And the thing from the farm is used to feed the animals. So I want to feed them now and see how.
What are you using to feed them?
This is a fish feed. It's get in the market, but as I said, we also have maggots. You can see. These ones are just 2 months old, but they're almost ready for the markets. Yes. In 5 months' time, they'll be very, very big, very mature, and ready for the markets. Yes, this is catfish. That's the easiest to survive here in this part of the world.
And the pond is constructed.
Yes, the pond is constructed. We usually have ponds built with cement, but scientifically, this one use synthetic is better, because when the sun falls, it becomes hot, but immediately the sun ceases to fall, it becomes cold. But the other one will collect heat and does not dispel it for after a long time. So even in the night, it is still very hot for the fish, which is not good for them. In the afternoon, they suffer. We're going to cover this area so that the intensity of the sun will be less. because the fishes, they need cool environment. Yes. So scientifically, this is proven to be the best. So, Mr. Nago, come and speak to the press. Come. So this man is an expert in fish management. He's the one in charge of the fish ponds. Well done, sir. So please interview him. He's in charge of the farm, the fish farm.
All right. So how many people do we have here? Then, so each of the ponds have 500. Okay. Do you have any particular species?
This is a variable.
All right. So can we say that it is a very good species? Okay. Where do we get them?
We buy them in the markets.
Okay.
We get them from the restaurant and providers. And we are looking now to see how
Sure. So how long will it take? That is the life expectancy.
the life.
How many months do you last before you harvest it?
Well, with breastfeeding, we get about 3 months, 4 months.
3 months, 4 months.
This one just 2 months now.
So fast.
So we hope that probably in the next 4 months we should be coming to harvest.
Yes. The next 2 months. The next 2 months will be
If
harvested.
you even come out by September ending, you'll get fishing.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So
And,
when we
we intend having this, also smoking it also this place so that
Okay.
so we're not only starting it in that form but also smoke it so that those things, just as my lord said, it's no longer enough sending fish for us, all this in dry fish, but we can also produce it here. So through this place in no distant time, for next 2 months, we'll be selling all those things here.
Wow. We have the interest of having 500 ponds here. And if you have 500 fish ponds here, we should be producing about 50 baskets of dry fish every month, sending to the market. So people from Oboete will not need to go to Maiduguri to buy fish. They can book already here, and then we send them with a van into Oboete, and they come here to carry it. They will not be afraid of Boko Haram on the way or armed robbers on the way. They come here and they take. There are many people into fish farming in Enugu here, but as I said, we need synergy, coordination among them. You know, Oyemuche Nnamani has one of the biggest farms here in Enugu. I think he has up to 500. You know, and he's doing what we're doing now. So we need to when we begin to produce, we dry them and send to the market. Someone can come and have a point and kill, fresh ones. You know. Thank you. Yes, and smoked fish also. Smoked fish for your soup. You see, the piggery is removed, far removed from for the poultry to avoid infection. And in between, there's a green area. This green area helps to trap the infections from moving from one place to the other. So this is a green area here. So we have first poultry farm, second poultry farm, third poultry farm. We have in all about 6,000 layers, you know, but they have not all started to lay. We have 2,500 layers here that are already laying, about 80 crates every day. These ones will begin by the grace of God. They have already started gradually. So before the end of September, they'll be laying more than 200 crates of eggs every day. You know, this one is cattle. What do you call it? Cage, battery cage system, and then this one is free range, the deep litter. So they move freely. They have the advantages and the disadvantages. We cannot enter inside to avoid infection because we have entered the poultry, the piggery. So it's not advisable when you enter the poultry to enter the piggery or vice versa. So we have about 3,500 birds here in all.
Well, what's the rationale of having the caged worms and then food?
Yes, they have the advantages and the disadvantages. So we want to weigh the advantages and disadvantages. The free-range ones, they are free, they are moving, they are happy, you know. But when they lay the eggs, they lay it on the ground. There's a place made for them. They lay it on the ground and they can peck it and drink it. And they can also shit on it, and it is dirty. People don't like buying the dirty eggs, you know. And they can move diseases. Because if one is sick, they can do a drop in here and move in the next 1 minute to the other end. Or if it even climbs their feeder and then drops it in on the water, and others drink it. So they have a lot of disadvantages. But the only advantage is that they are moving freely. They are very happy. But the other ones are in cage. They don't move. They are sweet. There's somebody comes in the morning to collect all the eggs, you know, and then the water, they drink water from a safe environment. They are drinking always, you know. So that one more economically for the farmer. But this one is healthier for the pigs, I mean for the expert himself. So he knows all this is even better than many experts. They have started laying eggs. We intend to hatch the eggs and then sell the little chick to the people. So our intention is that when they start laying many eggs and hatching, people can be coming here to buy the best improved turkey species. 5 are here. So when they lay the eggs, they roll out and they cannot damage it. Yes, when they are giving food, they're eating it where you see now. The trhough is just close by. And then you see all these red points there. That's where the water is dripping. So the water comes direct from the tank and is treated here. If you want to treat them with particular medicine, you put it in the tank and they're drinking it already. Dalu? Okay. So, come and talk to them. Yes, she's also a happy worker. You can talk to them briefly. So, Modesta, yes, you can talk to them briefly. They're workers here.
I'm working with public sector, sir.
Wow. So, how many bags are there?
We have up to 4,000 and something pairs. Before, when they carry them, they are 5,000. So at least, because some of them, some stop dropping, dying. But now we have up to 4,800 but they ship some in the new building also.
All right. Thank you so much.
When they do their dropping, the dropping comes into this place. And the hard ones are collected here. And then the water drains into the other one. And you see, it has started the plant. The plant takes the water to the pipes, the points you see there. And they use the rubber material to put the water on the ridges. Yes, so it's a system. And you see the fish being drained out, the water from the fish. They come here, they enter here. Because this one is full now, I cannot enter here. So when he drains this in, the man will finish here, come and drain this in. Both the water from the fish and the water from the chicken, they come together and they are drained into the farms to water the farms. And you can see maggots on top. He comes to collect all the maggots and give them to the fish. So it's a recycling system, nothing is a waste. So the maggots are important, water for the fish is important, the birds are important, the fishes are important. One helps the other, and they keep a natural synergy for themselves. Yes. No artificial fertilizer, don't use artificial fertilizer, use only natural fertilizer. Animal droppings. Okay, yes. So all these are sweet corns. So for those of you who want to eat good rice, what we have here is sweet corns. So when we harvest it, you can buy them and then just use them to cook rice. It's the best type of rice you can, sweet corn. Yes. That's what we have here.
Like we can have these even in dry season.
Even in dry season, because we have the water, we have the facilities. regions, these are avocado pears. In some places you see avocado, some places you see oranges, some places you see mango, some places you see guava, some places you see this okwa. Can you call it here? Shop. Shop also. Yes. Our intention is also to preserve all the traditional natural food we have in Igbo land. Abobo, ofiofio, akede, okwa, all this natural food that we eat. Actually, I'm happy that I eat very fresh. Every morning, I eat vegetable from my farm. Everything that I eat is almost 90% is from my farm. I eat very healthy. And I want to help people to eat also very healthy. So when we eat this, I eat a lot of akidi, fiofio, even pumpkin and all that. So from the farm, we want to go back to the old days where we produce those things that make our people healthy. Because people depend on foreign things, foreign rice, foreign this, and they are sick, getting cancer. Because these things are made to make you sick so that you die, so that they get their money and you die. Tomato here. So this tomatoes, tomato bird. Sorry. Is that so? Hey, I got Caspar because I got location of the egg collection point. Oh, beautiful, so fast. So this is another poultry house. This one is also free range, where they move freely. What about 1,110 in this place? So see, they are healthy, and they have already started laying eggs. They started six yesterday, and every day they'll be increasing. Yes. You see, that's the problem. They can run from one end to the other. So if they have disease, they spread it all around. But they can move freely. They're happy. They drink water. You see, this one's on top. If he wants to drop, he can drop inside that water trolley, and then other ones comes to eat it. Yes. So they are about 4 months now. 4 months, yeah. 4 months and 3 days. So the problem with layers is that it is capital intensive. We feed them, these ones, with 15 bags of feed every day. One bag is 7,000. So the other one is also 15 bags. So 30 bags times 7. So you're talking about 2.1 million. So it'll be 210,000 every day, multiplied by 4 months. Before you begin to harvest. But when you begin to harvest, gradually you cover up. So it's very capital intensive. But the broilers, when you have them, after 6 weeks you sell. 6 weeks you sell. So they're quick in returning money, but they are very fragile. You can put 1,000 and in one day come out, all of them are dead. These ones are like okuku, but they don't easily die. They don't die easily, yes. So there are pros and cons, but it is God that helps. So I rush.
To take 400 crates more.
400 crates. So they are.
It can be produced.
Yes.
We have 412 here.
already. Yes. They're very happy working. I'm employed experts so that it's not just anyhow. Yes. Shop. This shop. Yes. So you see how healthy the ugu and the corns are. So we want to challenge our people, especially the youths, to develop interest in agriculture. Many people have this false idea that there's money in Europe and America. I want to go out. I want to go. Everybody, when you come to the office, you start coming to you. Please give me the recommendation letter. I want to go to the Philippines. Some of these people are going to, they are very hungry, more hungry than ourselves, and they have no work for their people. It's not for you too. So when you go to their land, you become a slave. In the past, Europeans and Americans came here and took our people to slavery. But now our people are taking themselves into America and Europe to enslave themselves. They bind their hands and say, please, chain me. I want to be your slave. And they are there. Most, or rather, let me not say most, some of our youths who travel from here, they work in gardens. They work in farms. They harvest cocoa, they harvest it, and they suffer a lot. Now, don't pay so much. So sometimes your brother goes there and 2 years and not returned anything. He has borrowed about 1 million naira to go. He has not paid back, and the people are throttling you on the neck. He's suffering there. Sometimes they don't even get what you get here. It's the lack of education. So the major reason why I want to establish here is to change people's mindsets. To tell them, you can engage in piggery. And when you start very well, every year you run to the bank with 60 million naira. And nobody is richer than you. It just means that you need to work hard. You cannot say, I don't want to work, and you want to get money. You must work and you can get the money. We have the land, we have every facility. So we want to encourage our youths. When they are working, all these people shouting for this and that, they will sit down and work. All the people who are working here, there's not, you can never, even if you ring everything to say, come out, we want to revolt, they won't come. But they are doing something. If they lose their job here, they can't get it anywhere. So they are working very hard because they know they will get money. I have told you, well, 25 people are working here, and this is just the pilot scheme. When we get the other one working, about 10,000 people will be working. So that every day you see people trooping into the farm, they are working. In fact, we have a boarding system in the big one. I'll show you the card. So they will live in the house. Every morning, they go for morning mass, morning prayer, morning mass. They come and eat. After eating, they go to the farm, they walk. After walking, they have some time for recreation, and they go back again in the evening. Then in the evening, late in the evening, they come back for prayers. And then they retire, they are tired. They're walking around the clock, and everybody's happy. And at the end of the month, their accounts drop, you know, and they're happy. So nobody will want to waste his time because it will be moving the people. And the major thing, apart from changing their mindset, is also to let them know that without God, they can do nothing. They're going to be catechized. Those who are not married will marry. Those who have not received communion will do it. They're going to be preached to in that place. It will be a wonderful place of evangelization. Yes, we're working with Bishop Buji too. So his evangelizers will work with us. The priests will, and another very important thing is that we have a place for retirement of priests. So priests who are retired but not tired, we have a house there to live. So that every morning after their morning mass, they jog. After jogging, they eat. After eating, they can just take a watering can and water they get, move around. The feet will go out. And then to give them health, they come back again to eat and move around and have some rest. There will be clinic for them to be treated. And when they want to come to the town, they start their cars and they come to the town, look around. And then they are healthy. Our people don't live long here. Priests are dying at the age of 50, 60, 70. But if we develop this fully, then you know that people can really live very long. Another very good thing is that when it gets working, the diocese will smile for it because, please answer the bishop. I was saying that another good thing that will come out of this program is a help to our diocese and a help to the Christians. Because you see, in most of the parishes, there are first collection, second collection, third collection, for a lot of money. And people are afraid to come to the church because even some priests will want to press your pockets to know whether you have something there. You know, because there's a pressure on him. Because we have a universal church. We must send some money to Rome. And this money is distributed to poor countries. You know, today now in Afghanistan, people are running away from their country. They have churches. They have Christians. They have priests. Rome must support them. So the money we get here, we send it to the center at the Universal Church. It is spread. We have a national church here. All the bishops of Nigeria are coming. They are already coming here in Enugu now. They'll be from 19th to 27th of August. And we need money to sustain this center. There are parishes in Sokoto, parishes in Meduguri, where the bombs are falling. The church in Nigeria needs to support those Christians who are there. So this money you collect in your parishes are used to support them. We also did that Diocesan Church. You see, we are building a cathedral arena, a lot of things. We need money for these things. We have our seminaries. We have our priests who are overseas studying, and we pay for them. So where does this money come from? We depend only on collection. But if we develop this major farm project, we shall get enough money to pay all these levies. And our intention is that at a point, the Christians will need just to come to the church and pray and receive blessing and go. If you want to donate something, you donate it and go. In many European countries, they just put the offertory box outside. As you're coming into the church, you know what you want to offer. You offer it and go and pray. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, the mass is over. The priest may preach for 20 minutes. The whole mass lasts 45 minutes. And you go, you're happy and you're satisfied. Nobody's talking about money. But here, they will preach and preach and preach. The priest will be dancing and dancing and dancing. Get us money. And sometimes he goes to touch your pocket to know whether he has something or not, because he has a pressure. We want to reduce this pressure. Just pray for us. If it works, the whole diocese will smile for it. Not only that will help our people to get money and get food, we help the diocese to establish a strong financial base, so that even parishes in the rural areas who don't have money, the diocese can come and put up a portable church for them. Come and worship God, you know, so that they have less worries. These are our dreams, and we pray that it will come true in Jesus' name. Agro Farms, we have just gone to see the pilot scheme. Is a model. So this pilot scheme is about 45% developed. We have invested about 120 million naira in this pilot scheme. We shall still invest over 200 million naira to make it working 100% here in Udi before we move to the permanent site. You can already see we have shown you this water. This produces about 12,000 liters of water every day, and it's enough for our need here now. There's a borehole somewhere here. Then there's a classroom, you have seen it, a modern classroom. There's a piggery. This one contains 12 rooms. This one contains 44 rooms. You have gone there to see it. We have 3 poultry houses. It should be 3, 1, 2, 3. We converted the staff quarter to a poultry because of a pressure. The birds were so many. We're going to build another poultry house here, an upstay that will contain 13,000 birds. We want to build about 25,000 birds. That means we're making about 1,000 crates of egg every day. With that, we can pay our workers very, very well. This display house is not yet built. To be built across here, so that you don't need to enter the farm to buy anything. If you want egg, go to the display house. If you want pork meat, go to the display house. We're going to build a meat processing here. Meat processing is a big house where if you want to kill pigs, for instance, you just shoot it there, it kills the pigs, and then it slices it, washes it, and slices it according to the kg you want, and packages and puts it in a cool shrink, in a cool refrigerator. So somebody comes to say, I want pig. They say, how many kg? Say 100 kg, they're going to give you. Then during the festive periods, somebody may want chicken, 1,000 chicken for his feast. You just push 1,000 chicken into the place, it kills all of them, removes the everything, intestine, the feathers and all that, and then remove the neck, remove the hand, remove the feet and everything, and then washes it, puts it in a waterproof, wraps it, and measures it. So if you say, I want 4 kg, or 5 kg, or 10 kg, then they measure it there and put it. You say, I want 1,000 chicken for 4 kg. They tell you it is 2,000 naira each. You just pay the amount, make the transfer, and people delivery on your house. You are preparing to do wedding, you don't need to suffer at all. They bring it at your doorpost, and you're enjoying yourself. You begin to eat and feast. So this is fish pond. You have seen it. about 20 ponds. We intend to have 50 ponds here, you know, and all that. And all these green areas are these places where you see corn, pogo, this and that and all that. So there'll be a staff quarters where all the staff will live with their families for easy access to the farm. So that every time, everything they need, water, light, and everything will be put for them there. They have a chapel there. In the morning they pray and go to the farm. But this is just the pilot scheme here in Udi. Udi will be the headquarters. But this is the main site layout of the permanent site. It's 500 hectares of land here. There's a waterfall here, there's a lake here, there's a bridge here, and a river here. There's this Auxilliary river running all through. So the portion of land is sandwiched by water. So when we succeed in acquiring the land, then everything here will be moved here. These ones will be walking still, but this one, everything, where we have one piggery house, we will multiply it into 500. Can you imagine when we have 500 piggery houses here? Then you can build a slurry and then cover it very well and produce gas and produce electricity. 50% of electricity used there will be coming from the slurry, from the farm, from the piggery. So this is our intention. Now, this is the entrance gate, how it will look like. People are going there, and this is the exit gate. People are coming out. Now, this is the livestock farming in view. Snail farming. For instance, when you have snail farming, you have a banana and all that around it to be a natural environment, an ecosystem. The pigs, the snail, they like banana, and the banana likes their dropping. There'll be water running out through, so you just use barbed wire to barb it, so they can't escape. They're eating and drinking, they're growing, and people are happy. Then the piggeries are here, broiler piggery, or this and all that. Then this is agro. We told you that our greatest problem in Africa is processing. We get oil and we send it to America, to Europe. They refine it for us and bring it as the higher price. We want to be processing what we have here. So they have orange, for instance, about 10 hectares of orange. And they have orange juice factory. Get these things, press them, process them, and give them to the market. You have tomato plantation, and then tomato processing. They make the paste and bring it out to you. Or make the normal fresh tomato and bring it to your doorpost and all that. So this is the agro industry. And to have a school, we have already built a classroom here. There we have a school. When you have about 10,000 people working, they need a school. They will be trained very well. They'll be experts, and they go into working. So some people may not even want to go and develop their own, because what they'll be getting in the system will be better than what they get on their own. Because they get their feeding free, get their accommodation free, but you work hard to maintain the system. We are training an expert that there will be checks and balances, so that you cannot remove 1 naira from the system without the thing reporting you. And if you want to add 1 naira, we know before you add it, so that nobody will cheat you. So this is the agro industry. But this is the main site of the whole thing. You see, there's a chapel, there's a church. There's also a place where people are going to live, staff quarters, students' hostels, and all that. There will be cattle ranch. We have about 20 hectares where we have cattle, and we divide them into different portions. Today they feed here, tomorrow they go to the other. Before they reach the end, the first one have come up. So that all these planning coming here to kill you, to destroy your farm, they don't need to come here because we have enough meat for our people, And the thing is Agro Farms, OD, some of the workers. At the moment, we have 25 people working in the farm for this our pilot program. And we intend, when we expand, to employ about 10,000 workers who will be producing enough food for our people in Enugu and in Nigeria, and putting enough money on their pockets and food on their table. Want to chase out hunger and starvation. Want to chase out laziness. Want to chase out crime in the society. And three most important things. One is to educate the people and change their mindsets, that they can have their salvation in Nigeria here. They mustn't go to Europe. They mustn't go to America. Even when you go to Europe to study agriculture, they don't have the same type of soil that we have. You need to enculturate yourself again. So we need to teach them here. They can do it. Secondly, we want to evangelize them. Many people are not good Christians. They believe in just getting money. There's a lot of corruption in this place because they believe that anything you do to get money, it is all right. It is not correct. You can do good things to get money. That's the most important. Then we help our church to build itself. Ours is a local but poor church. We want to raise the standard of life of our people so that we don't need to be begging money from America and Europe to develop our churches. We can build our seminaries, we can build our churches, we can maintain our priests, we can maintain our workers, and everybody's happy. And we build the kingdom of God together. Our main theme is give them something to eat yourselves. This is the command of Jesus, and I want to obey this command, to give people something to eat themselves. Thank you.